Hey there, and welcome. Right this very second, there's a silent, microscopic war being fought inside your body. It's a battlefield, and your body is fighting every single moment to keep you healthy. So let's dive into this incredible, invisible conflict.
It's a pretty big question, right? If our bodies are always at war, who exactly are the enemies? Well, before we can really point fingers at the invaders, we first got to understand what it is we're fighting to protect. And that brings us to our first section, Health Under Siege. Here, we're going to define the battlefield itself and talk about the ultimate prize we're all fighting for, our health.
You know, what's so interesting about this definition is that health isn't just about not being sick. It's this active state of total well-being. Think of it like a delicate balance between your body, your mind, and your social life. And that balance is constantly being challenged.
Yeah, these challenges come at us from three main directions. First, you've got genetic disorders, stuff we're born with. Second, there are our own lifestyle choices, the food we eat, how much we move. And third, and this is going to be our main focus today, infections from outside invaders.
So let's get to it and meet the invaders. It is time to put a face to the name, to identify the enemies on this battlefield that are constantly trying to break through our defenses. Okay, so here's the official term for our enemies, pathogens. Basically, these are any organisms that cause disease. And their mission? It's brutally simple. Get inside, make copies of themselves, and just mess with our body's normal operations. And this rogues gallery of pathogens is incredibly diverse. We're talking about bacteria that can cause things like typhoid, viruses that give us the common cold, tiny protozoa behind malaria, fungi that cause ringworm, and even parasitic worms. A whole army of different microscopic threats. This quote just perfectly captures how real this threat is. It's from the famous case of Typhoid Mary, a cook who carried the typhoid bacteria but had no symptoms herself. She unknowingly spread the disease to dozens of people, which just goes to show how easily these invaders can move through a population. It's a pretty sobering reminder of how this internal battle can have major, real-world consequences.
But of course, we are not defenseless, not even close. In this next section, we get to meet the absolute hero of our story, the body's guardian. This is the amazing, incredible system that protects us from all this, the immune system.
So our immune system operates with two main branches. Think of innate immunity like your frontline soldiers, or the castle walls. They're there from the day you're born, and they're ready to fight anything and everything. Then you have acquired immunity. This is like your elite special forces unit. It learns, it adapts, and it remembers every single enemy it ever goes up against.
And our frontline defense has some seriously amazing layers. Your skin is a physical wall. The acid in your stomach is a deadly chemical trap. You've got cellular guards, white blood cells, that literally hunt down and gobble up invaders. And you even have this alarm system where infected cells send out warning signals to protect their neighbors. It's a truly brilliant fortress. But this is where the immune system becomes an absolute genius. It's all about memory. The acquired immune system doesn't just beat an enemy once. It creates a detailed file on it, it studies its weaknesses, and it gets ready for the next time it shows up. This memory is the secret weapon for long-term protection.
And this chart shows that power perfectly. That first bar, the first encounter with a pathogen, the response is okay, but it's kind of slow and not super strong. But look at that second bar, the second encounter with the same invader. Because the system remembers it, the response is incredibly fast, it's massive, and it's super effective. The enemy just doesn't stand a chance.
So, what happens when this incredible guardian falters? In our next section, when defenses fall, we're going to explore the pretty devastating consequences by looking at two of the most well-known diseases out there, AIDS and cancer.
AIDS is just a terrifying example of the enemy attacking the guardian itself. See, it's not a direct attack on your organs, it's a deficiency of your immune system caused by the HIV virus. It's a disease that is designed to systematically dismantle your body's own army. So how does it do it? Well, it's a pretty sinister process. HIV specifically targets the generals of your immune system, these things called helper T cells. It gets inside, it hijacks the cell's own machinery and turns it into a factory for making more and more of the virus. As more of these crucial cells get destroyed, the body's ability to defend itself just collapses.
Now, cancer is a totally different kind of threat. It's an enemy from within. This is what happens when your own cells turn traitor. See, healthy cells have this rule called contact inhibition. They know to stop growing when they touch their neighbors. But cancer cells, they lose this ability. They forget the rules and just start dividing uncontrollably, piling up on top of each other and forming tumors.
Now, not all tumors are the same. Benign tumors stay put, and they're usually less dangerous. But malignant tumors, those are the ones we call cancerous. They're aggressive, they invade the tissues around them, and, most terrifyingly, they can spread to other parts of the body. That process is called metastasis, and it's what makes cancer so incredibly deadly.
Okay, after talking about such serious threats, it's time for some good news. In our final section, we are calling for reinforcements, because we are not helpless bystanders in this war. We can, and we absolutely should, actively support our body's defenses.
And one of our most powerful tools is vaccination. This whole process is just pure genius. We're basically giving our immune system a training manual for a specific enemy. By introducing a harmless version of the pathogen, we let our acquired immunity study it, build a memory of it, and get ready for the real thing, without us ever having to get sick. It's all about using that incredible power of memory we talked about earlier.
And this really gets to the heart of it all. We have a whole toolkit to reinforce our defenses, and simple everyday actions can make a huge difference. Things like basic hygiene, making sure our food and water are safe, controlling pests, and getting our vaccinations are all a huge part of it. And of course, keeping a healthy lifestyle with a good diet and regular exercise is just fundamental. Every single one of these is a vital contribution to our body's war effort.
So we're left with this final thought. This incredible, complex system is fighting for you every single day. The war is constant, but the outcome isn't set in stone. The real question is, how will you support your guardian? Thanks for joining me.